Beatrice and welcome back to my channel, or hello if you are new. So in today's video I want to start off by saying Happy New Year, as this is my first video of 2021. And in this video I'm going to be reflecting kind of on 2020 and saying kind of what I'm looking forward to in 2021. So to start off, obviously 2020 was a little bit of a rubbish year with coronavirus and everything, but I decided to focus more on all the good things that actually happened in 2020, which is what I'm going to share with you guys. And yeah, I'd rather focus on the more positive things than obviously the whole coronavirus situation, which is still ongoing, it's still awful, and it's awful to think about what happened in 2020. But like I say, we're going to be focusing on all the positive things of what happened. So at the beginning of 2020 we actually moved house into obviously this house that we live in now, which was my granddad's old house, and my mum grew up here, so obviously my mum kind of like moved back to her childhood home. And yeah, I've absolutely loved living here. It's been amazing. It's such a lovely area to live in, and all the neighbours are very lovely, and obviously I mean it ended up me getting a bigger room than what I had at my old house, so obviously I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, overall it's just a lovely house, and obviously really glad that we moved in. We moved in just before coronavirus, so before the lockdown, so obviously we made that in good time. And yeah, just that's one of the first things that happened in 2020. Also at the beginning of 2020 I was able to film a music video, which was obviously very exciting. I do like filming. Obviously I haven't been able to do that a lot this year because of, you know, the situation. The filming hasn't been able to take place, but luckily before everything happened I was able to film a music video, which I really enjoyed doing, and I got to film it with my friend Ollie. Another thing that happened near the beginning of the year was obviously I started this YouTube channel, which continues to grow, and I am eternally grateful to everyone that has supported me through my journey and continues to support me, and to the subscribers that I continue to gain. I will be forever grateful for that. And yeah, obviously I love doing this. It's one of my favourite things to do, just filming, talking to you guys, editing. I love every single aspect of doing YouTube, and hopefully my channel continues to grow because I'm loving doing it, and even if it doesn't I'll probably still continue to do videos because I just enjoy doing them. And yeah, so obviously started this channel, so that was always a good thing. I also passed my driving test and I managed to buy myself a car, which I mean, if you haven't seen the video that I did about buying my car, I'll leave the link in the description below. But I was saving for a long time because obviously I knew I was going to pass my test at some point. Didn't know it was going to be the first time, but obviously I was hoping to pass my test at some point, so I saved up the money to be able to buy a car. And honestly, one of the best things I've ever done. I use my car almost every day. Obviously can't at the moment because we're in lockdown, but I do use my car almost every day and I love it. He's called Freddie. I called him Freddie, and me and Freddie go on little trips all the time, all around, and yeah, best choice I've ever made buying that car. I also met a lot of new people. Lots of people started at where I work, like they started the job, so obviously met them and genuinely consider a few of them as like really close friends now. And I mean, everyone at work's quite close anyway, but you know, I do class them as really good friends. I stayed friends with people that obviously I've been friends with for, you know, a long time, and so I'm grateful that I was able to stay friends with them even through like lockdown. It just shows how, you know, we are true friends as such, because we were talking almost every day through lockdown, so that's always good that I've managed to keep them friends, because you know, when you're in lockdown and you have time to yourself, obviously, you know, you start to think and you realise who your true friends are. And then at the end of the year, after the lockdown, I was able to do a little bit of panto work, which was outside Tesco's, just like entertaining the customers when they were queuing to get in, and just bringing a bit of Christmas cheer really to everyone, and that was incredible. So another bit of acting work I got to do, and oh, it was just fun, and all the kids loved it, and yeah, it was a really nice thing to do. And I also met Henry, who is my boyfriend, and genuinely couldn't ask for a more supportive person, and he's just genuinely really caring. I know it sounds soppy, but he is a really caring and supportive boyfriend, so I'll be eternally grateful for that, and I'm glad that I met him when I did. And that was just a handful of things that happened in 2020 that were just good things all in all for me, positive things that happened. And yes, we're in lockdown, but if we didn't go into lockdown, I wouldn't have had the chance to start this channel. I wouldn't have done like half of the things that I managed to do during lockdown. And yeah, as bad as lockdown was, and as bad as coronavirus is, and you know, the deaths and everything, which, you know, my condolences go out to anyone that has lost anyone due to coronavirus. But all in all, I don't think 2020 was as bad for me personally, because a lot of good things happened and I managed to get a lot of things done. And then we move on to 2021, which obviously we have started in a lockdown in the UK, which there's two ways of thinking about it. I'm upset because obviously I can't see my friends, I can't see my boyfriend, but other than that, it's not all bad. I get to focus on my YouTube again a lot more, and yeah, I know it needed to happen, and hopefully it saves a lot of lives, because it was getting very high, and obviously it's something that needed to happen. And yeah, I'm not too upset about being in lockdown. It's not as bad as, you know, it could be. At least I'm not in a bad situation or anything. I like being at home as it is, so all in all, I'm not too bothered about it being a lockdown that much. So I have quite a few things planned for 2021, and I guess you could class them as New Year's resolutions. But the first thing is I've got my 2021 notebook, which is, well, it's more of a diary. It's got, like, you know, the dates as such, like a normal diary. And so I'm gonna like plan everything out, make sure I know what I'm doing each day, write down, you know, when I've sent like self-tapes in, if I do self-tapes, when I've got auditions, when I've got work, kind of be a bit more organised in 2021. Not that I was unorganised in 2020, but I prefer writing everything down, and then at least I know when I sent stuff in, what I did that day and that. And then I've also got another notebook which looks like this, which, as you can see, says money on it, and I've decided that I'm going to be a bit more money aware in 2021, and hopefully save a lot more money, because I spend money on like stuff I don't need, like and it's the little things. Like, I'll go to Tesco like and buy, I don't know, a bag of crisps or some sweets, and like I don't need these things, but just because Tesco's handy and it's there, I go to it and buy stuff. So I've decided that I'm going to be a bit more money aware this year and try and see how much I can save. So I wrote down how much money I had at the beginning of the year, and how much I've spent, and how much I spend, how much I like earn from work and that. So hopefully I see a big improvement and not spend it on stupid stuff. And then I have two other notebooks, which are these two, and it's my YouTube notebooks basically. So this one is YouTube ideas. So when obviously I write down little ideas if I think of them, and you know, so that I can do them. There's quite a few in here, and just so that, you know, because I tend to think of an idea that I want to do, and then the next day I'll forget about it and I'll be like, oh, what was that idea? So I thought I'll get a notebook so that I can write it all down. And then the second one is just YouTube uploads, so I can write down when I uploaded a video, how well it did, and how many subscribers I gained from that video and things like that, just to keep it all in check so I can see how much I've grown. And then the final one is this Show Must Go On diary, which I've decided in 2021 I'm going to be more positive, and I'm going to write down every day, which I have been doing so far. Write down every day one good thing that happened that day, something positive that happened, so that at the end of the year I can read back through and think, do you know what, it wasn't that bad. Like, I know we're in lockdown and that, but obviously good things still happen even when we're in lockdown, even if it's just that I maybe did some baking that day or tidied my room, or, you know, something positive that happened that day, because I feel like it's very easy to get into a negative mindset when obviously the whole coronavirus situation is happening. So I thought I'd write down something positive that happens each day. So I hope everyone has a lovely 2021. I know it can be difficult for people, especially when, you know, we're having so many lockdowns and different tier systems. But if anybody does ever want to talk, my messages are always open for anyone to send me a message on Instagram if you want to have a little chat, because I know some people can get lonely. I know people struggle with mental health and things like that. So if anyone does ever want to chat, feel free to message me at any point on my Instagram and I will 100% reply to you. And yeah, that's it for the video, really. I just hope everyone has a lovely year. I hope people get things done that they want to do and achieve their goals for 2021. And yeah, let's see how much my channel grows, how much I get, you know, done. And probably at the end of the year I'll read out, you know, bits from my diary of good things that happened. Because I think, again, it's nice to reflect on the year. And so yeah, I hope you all have a lovely 2021. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, and hopefully see you all next week. Bye!